ambitious professional women, it's Mary Guirovich of maryguirovich.com, guiding you to accelerated promotions and a life of abundance you truly enjoy. And in today's accelerated promotion planning tip video, I'm going to teach you the 5 soft skills you will need to grow and be successful in your career, especially if you want to earn a promotion or raise in the upcoming year, or if you've been passed over for promotion and you never want to be overlooked again. Now, as a promotion planning career strategist, I've had the honor of helping numerous women across the country earn promotions and raises on the spot year after year, all without current openings, without working harder, waiting for their boss to approach them, or going back to school. And if that is something that you are interested in working with me one-on-one on, then I can give you details about that at the end of this video. But here are the 5 skills that you want to start building right now if you want to continue to advance in your career. So what can soft skills do for us? Well, they help us to build relationships and improve our reputation in the office, which will open opportunities for your advancement. Let's look at the first skill. The first skill we want to learn is delegation. As you move up in the organization, you cannot remain doing everything you did in that previous role. Also, you can't continue to take on everything, even though you're used to being a doer. But as you move up into a supervisor and a manager role and even an executive role, your job is no longer to do, but to ensure the work is being done in alignment with the company goals and in a strategic manner. You can improve your delegation skills by ensuring you are doing the things that only you can do, and by understanding your team's strengths. When you know what your team is good at and what they enjoy doing and what's actually in alignment with their future career goals, then you can give them opportunities to take on work that'll be meaningful to them. It'll be easy for them to see the connection between the work that they'll be taking on and the future benefit it'll be providing. One thing you want to consider when delegating is training. It's important that we help others to be successful in the work that we are passing on. If we are going to be seen as somebody who is a great leader, we want to ensure that the person that is taking on our task is successful. And we can do this by ensuring they have proper training and support through the transition. So take the time to ensure that you have standard operating procedures for the task that you're passing on. If it's up to you to be there for the success to really truly happen, it's going to be hard to pass on a task like that. So what you want to do is think about what makes you successful. What are the steps that you take? And how can you best train someone? Then have time set aside to train the new person, allowing them to come to you and ask questions over time. It's important that you still remain the responsible party until they've demonstrated that they are capable of doing the new task. This will make others more willing to step up in the future to take on tasks and will inevitably make your job of delegation easier. The second soft skill that you want to have to advance in your career are leadership skills. Leadership skills are important no matter what level of the organization you're at. When you are a good leader, you will naturally embody good teamwork skills because the heart of a leader is to serve others. When we're operating from a service or leadership perspective, we'll naturally focus on the bigger picture of the company, aligning the company vision to the projects and goals you take on. When you learn leadership skills, you will have greater influence. And when you influence people positively, they're going to like you more. One of the keys to being a great leader is to take responsibility for your actions and for your team's actions. It's important that you don't place blame on others, especially when you're at fault. Maybe it was your idea that didn't work out, or maybe it was the direct actions that you didn't take. Owning these things will allow others to remain in a place of trust with you, where they want to be led and they will be willing to listen to your guidance. As a leader, we can sometimes think we can't ever fail and that we should always have all of the answers. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Great leaders know that failure is a part of success. Many leaders have failed time and time again before they ever got to success. But what they don't do is own the failures as their identity. Because you fail, it doesn't make you a failure. Great leaders also don't call others failures. Great leaders also don't call others failures. The third skill that we can learn that will improve our ability to advance in our careers are our adaptability skills. If we are going to be adaptable, then we need to ensure we are always growing and developing, because this will allow us to develop our critical thinking skills, which will make it easier for us to be early adopters of change. When you can do this, you can start to learn different things in your department. What you can do is you can start to learn new things in your department. Staying at the forefront of what is happening in your division will allow you to naturally have greater critical thinking skills. Adaptive people are flexible and they see change as a positive part of solving company challenges. Oftentimes, organizations will run into challenges and things won't go as planned. You'll have to change courses. The more flexible you are, the more others will want to follow your lead. When others follow, you, upper management, will take note and see you as the leader that you are. Number 4, problem-solving skills. People that continue to advance and lead in their organizations learn how to find and solve challenges. And they do this without being critical. This is a key point. We want to ensure that we are not critical. Whenever we're finding problems, if we become critical when finding those problems, then we will start to identify problems with people. Most often, people are not the problem. Sometimes it's something in the system that's either broken or training might not be in place, or perhaps a resource is needed. Work with your team to be able to come up with a solution. The first step to solving problems is taking responsibility without waiting or being asked, and believing that you are capable of finding a solution, even if you don't know what it currently is. As a leader, we can sometimes want to have all of the best ideas and solutions, but the best leaders don't try to be the hero. Another person on your team may be the person that has the best solution. Be open to listening to others and hearing what their ideas are to solve the problem. Not only will this increase the ideas in the solutions pool, but you'll also get more information on why the problem may exist. And if others' ideas are adopted, they will be bought in when it comes to executing the solution. The 5th soft skill that is needed to advance in your career, and this is likely the most critical skill, is great communication skills. I remember when I implemented a new interviewing process in our organization for the first time. It included a series of standard interviews, and they took several hours to complete. After we had interviewed several candidates in the 2nd round, the owner was impressed and thought we had several good candidates for the position. And if we could at this point, we would have hired multiple people. But then the 3rd round of interviews came around, and the applicants were required to do a sort of show and tell. They were given key areas in which they needed to show us how they would operate within the position. After the first person had gone and wasn't able to share much of anything, the owner wasn't thrilled and thought we had set this candidate up for failure. Then the next candidate presented, and this person nailed every section and could clearly show us the work that she had done in roles previously, including the results she gained from the work. At the end of this interview, the boss was thanking me because the company had just dodged a bullet. Because based on communication alone, we would have offered a job to someone who was incapable. I share this story to express the importance of strengthening our communication skills. When it comes to advancing in our careers, those most often who advance without having the skills to back it up do so because they are charismatic speakers. Most often when we think of communication, we think of verbal or written communication. And when we think of these things, we just want to make sure that we are communicating clearly. The who, the what, when, where, and how. Because most people haven't developed self-awareness around communication. They don't fully grasp how their body language, their tone, and their words affect other people. What we see and what we know is that those that can communicate with clarity, competence, and warmth are the ones that people love, follow, and believe in. You may be one of the best employees your company has right now, but if you are never able to communicate your value and your ideas in a meaningful way to leadership, then you will never be seen in the role that you are more than capable of already. To develop these skills, you want to focus on a key few areas. One area that we can focus on, especially as women, is the tone of our voice. We can naturally have higher pitched tones, which are not seen as favorable. One way you can lower your pitch is to expand your body and take up more space. Now take a deep breath. And anytime you feel that you are going into one of these higher pitch ranges, it's likely because you're trying to speak when you are taking in air, or because you have your body in a closed position. Start by taking a deep breath in through your nose and letting the breath out. And as the breath goes out, that's when you want to speak. You don't want to speak as you're inhaling, because that breath actually causes your vocal cords to contract and vibrate. Another way that we can verbally communicate with more confidence and competence is to ensure that we are not using an upswing inflection at the end of a statement. Many times we don't clearly communicate our ideas because we're leaving questions in others' minds by the way that we dictate the sentence. For example, if you say, "I want the open position," and you have that upswing on the end, it's going to sound like a question, where what you're trying to say is, "I want the open position." You can hear that slight difference. Now, naturally, our bodies process other people's communications based on what we hear and what we see. Your verbal skills are only a part of what you want to work on to improve your communication skills. You also want to work on your body language. If you are all balled up as if you're in a small space, you can come across as less confident. You will verbally communicate to others what you're trying to say. It's not really that important. To take up more space, drop your shoulders away from your ears. Plant at least one foot on the floor firmly, and then open up your shoulders. From this position, when you lean in, it will signal to others that you are communicating something important. Others will take notice of you, and your brain will actually be changing and improving your confidence. Learning communication skills is one of the best things you can do, because when you know how to communicate with your words, your tone, and your body language, then you can be a very effective communicator. Not only because you'll be communicating more effectively and efficiently, but you'll actually be able to understand how others are receiving the communication. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 soft skills that every woman should learn to advance in their careers. Now, if you're someone who's been on this path of earning a promotion or a raise, and you've been trying for a while, but you just haven't had much luck, and you're ready for some one-on-one professional coaching, then feel free to reach out to me and head on over to my website, maryjurvich.com/masterclass to learn more about the proven My Promotion Plan Blueprint that is helping women to confidently go from passed over to promoted all in record time. In this short video, you'll learn how to stand out confidently as the obvious choice for promotions and raises year after year. After watching, you'll be invited to schedule a one-on-one call with me where we can discuss your specific career goals and how to get you there in less than half the time while maximizing your income. If you like this video, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.